Good morning and welcome to Beitzah Daf Chav Gimel, Beitzah number 23. Again, Shmuel is MIA, he's missing in action. He actually joined the army over Chol HaMoed, so he's going through his drills. He's learning how to shoot a gun. He's learning how to run really fast, climb mountains, so he's not available. I put out an amazing video last night. I hope everyone should come check it out. It's a video about can a Haredi guy conquer the world? I explain the intricacies of the world through the game of Risk. The Risk board obviously is a picture of the world, or most of the world, and I show you in depth how a Haredi guy understands the world versus how a non-Haredi guy can understand the world. Can someone possibly both people, Haredi and not Haredi at the same time? Is it possible? Ask yourself that question after watching all of my videos. You have to watch every single one of my videos, and then you can answer the question. Alright? So I have over 220 videos. I've had 220 views total. It's not so good, it's very sad, but people are telling me my videos are good, they're complimenting me, so that's good, but I haven't been able to generate it into get going. Any of my videos go viral, and usually that's the key to building up a YouTube channel. You need a couple of videos that go viral. Somehow my videos are not going viral. Somehow it's amazing, it's a nace that they're not going viral. Good videos, I'm telling you, people really like them. Alright, we're going to start. We'll do a quick share today. I know everyone's busy. You have your Chol HaMoed, who does your Chol HaMoed trips. Everyone's going to the zoo. If you're a yeshivish family, Haredi family, and you're not going to the zoo, there's obviously something wrong with you. Right, most Haredi families, they go to the zoo on right, Steinberg. Most Haredi families go to the zoo on Chol HaMoed, right? The Shulchan Aruch, it says to go to the zoo. You have to show this to me. Israel Steinberg. Say hi to the video. He's a Rebbe at Yeshiva where my father-in-law was a Rebbe. He says it says in Shulchan Aruch that you have to go to the zoo on Chol HaMoed. I think it was a joke. All right. Gemara says the second line of Chav Gimel Malal. Rabba Rav Yosef Damar Tarvayu Schufei Kasa Ashirai B'Yom Tava Aser. If you want to pour, let's say some softener here in Israel, they have liquid softener. You pour it on the clothes. It softens the clothes. It also makes them smell better. You want to do it on silk, on Yom Tov. It's Aser. My time. Mishum Dekamolid Reicha. You're creating a smell, a good smell in the clothing and a physical object. It's like your Masake and Mana we saw yesterday. Why is it different if you have a fragrant, branch or something like that? Let's say you have the samim, and you clip it or you roll it in your fingers. It makes it smell good. There, originally the smell was contained already in the branch, and you're just letting it out. You're making the smell even stronger. Here he's creating a smell in a piece of clothing that doesn't have any smell in it, so it's more like Masake Mana. Rav Amar al Gabi Gecheles Nami Mutter. He argued when we said yesterday that if you want to smoke fruits, I don't know how people smoke fruits, but if you want to smoke fruits on coals, and basically you're going to be putting incense on the coals, which was how yesterday maybe it's a problem of your mavir and mechabe. It's mutter, just like you put meat on coals, right? When you put the meat on coals, it obviously extinguishes the coals momentarily, and then it causes them to light up more. So you're mechabe maru, but it's ochel nefesh. So here also, the smell is ochel nefesh. Tarashav gavia miveik sil apischal berish glusa kitura shari. Kitura, whatever it means, is mutter. I'm like, or my kitura. What does kitura mean? Kitura was the concubine, the Pilegesh of Avram Avinu, also known as Hagar. The Gemara saw something else. Ketura biyade, if it's all about pressing sleeves, meaning ironing a shirt, how could you iron a shirt on Yom Tov? It's a good question. It's obviously electricity. Is it so pasha that electricity is really malacha? Think about it. All right, Maisa Umanu. It's a professional work. If you're Chalamod, you can't do Maisa Uman. Certainly in Yom Tov, you can't do professional work. Bila Ashen. If it's to smoke the fruit, or to smoke, let's say, just to smoke cigarette, usr, the ha kamechabe, because you're extinguishing. Amalei Ravash, the lashin. We're going to actually go with lashin. We're going to say it means to smoke a cigarette. We're not going to use our school's explanation, smoke a fruit. We'll have some fun over here. We'll say lashin. In Hebrew, that's what it's called. To smoke a cigarette is lashin. So lashin, midi dehave abisra gurme. Just like you're allowed to do mechabe and mavir for ochel nefesh. Smoking is considered ochel nefesh. Those people wonder whether you could smoke on Yom Tov or not. I'm foolish in the Gemara that you can because it's ochel nefesh. Davar shavel ochel nefesh. Ikeda amri amali amiral my ketura. What's ketura? Iketura biyadi. If it's pressing sleeves, doing ironing shirts. Ma'isa umanu. You can't do that on Yom Tov. Ila ashen aser. Kamoli reicha. Right when you're smoking a cigarette, so it puts into your mouth a smell of, I don't know, people like to smoke the ones with menthol. It's a good smell. The vaping with the e-cigarettes, Juul is the brand, the main brand. That you're making in your tongue, you're making in your mouth a good smell. Some people like the smell of menthol or the fruit flavored vaping. Amar Ravashi, I'm recently Nahali, Mishmei the Gavrab, I'm recently Nahali. I told him, and I told him the name of a great person. The Olam La'ashin, really it's talking about Ketura means to smoke. Umidi the Havi, Abisra Gurme, it's also considered Ochel Nefesh. It's like a food related purpose. You're benefiting, your body's benefiting from it. So it's Ochel Nefesh. Also, Kedima Kulas. Another one of these things that was the Kula that Beitzah Gamliel did was they made a Kedima Kulas, which is they basically took a kid goat and they would roast it whole, and they would take the innards and they would roast it next to them, outside of it. Tanya Riyos Yomer told us Shromi Hinigas B'nei Romi Lechol Kedim Kulos B'lei Pesachim. On the night of Pesach, he gave them the minhag. He taught them that's what they should do in Rome. Shachulei, they said to him, Israel, they said to him, to the Romans, Almali Tudus Hata, if you weren't told as a great person, goes Rani Alech Anida, I would be goes or nido in you, put you in excommunication. Shata Machel B'nei Yisrael Kodshim B'chutz. You're eating Klal Yisrael Kodshim outside of Yerushalayim and also outside after the base of is destroyed. Kodshim Sakadaita. It's not really Kodshim, they weren't Makdish it. Ela Ema Ke'en Kodshim. It's like Kodshim. It has the appearance, it looks like you're doing Kodshim outside of Yerushalayim. Eating a Kodshim out of Yerushalayim, it's a problem. Don't do it anymore. He said it in a nice way, don't do it anymore. Mishnah, Shlosha Dvarim Relezer Ben Azariah Matir. 3 things Relezer Ben Azariah allows. Cham Ostrim, Chum say you're not allowed to do them. Parasa Yotzes B'Ritzua Shebin Karna. He would allow a cow to go out with decorative strap between its horns. He held this wasn't considered Hotzah, even though you're a mitzvah that your animal shouldn't carry. She's behemto, but he held this was called a tachshit. Rabban held it wasn't considered a tachshit. You're allowed to carry outside. You're allowed to wear ornaments. You're allowed to wear accessories outside. Chum don't allow you to do it. Parasa Yotzes B'Ritzua Shebin Karna. Makardin. As a behema biyom, though he allowed to comb the hair on the outside of the animal on Yom Tov, even with a metal comb. Shochakin as a pilpul in b'richayin, they would allow you to grind in a metal grinder peppers. The Rabbanan Aser. The Rabbanan Aser this because they held Tkina is not considered part of Ochel Nefesh. Where it says only certain malachas, we saw borer is considered part of Ochel Nefesh. The Rabbanan here held that Tchina is not part of Ochel Nefesh, not part of the Heter Ochel Nefesh. It's not close enough to the actual eating of the food. Rabbi Yehuda says you can't be makarid. You can't use the metal comb because it's going to make a wound on the animal. It's going to cause it to draw blood, which is a malacha. You can use a wooden comb, which doesn't draw blood. And they say you can't do either one. So the Lemmer, the Realizer Ben Azariah Chada Parahav, it sounds like he had one parasa. It sounds like he only had one cow. Amar Rav, Amri La, Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Rav. Tleiser Alpe Igli Hava Maaser Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah Me'edri Kol Shasa V'Shasa. He would take off 13,000 cows as Meiser Behema every year. That means Meiser Behema is 1/10, so he had 130,000 cows, not one cow. It's a lot of cows to have. He's a very rich person. So why is he parasa? The Gemara says Tana lo shalo haisa. Didn't belong to this para. Elo shel shkenaso haisa. He wasn't making for his own para, but his neighbor let his own cow go out with this decorative strap between its horns. We talk shalom micha ba nikri zal shmal. Rabban helped because he didn't protest. He didn't do a macha. He didn't go to Bar Ilan and protest against the light rail. Bardak. Eisenbach. He didn't go. So he's responsible for the sin. Someone who's able to be mocha and is not mocha. So the sin is considered that as if you did it yourself. He held it wasn't a problem because it was a takshin. We mentioned two types of combing in the Mishnah. What are these things? Kirur k'tan, it was a word. It's a metal comb, which has small teeth and makes a chabura. It's not definitely going to make a chabura, as we'll see, but it's probably going to make a chabura. And you can't make a chabura in an animal. It's a malacha of shchita or sevia, Tilas Neshama, Gemara and Shabbos and Afayin Hay. Kirtzav Gadol, I mean, also in the Gemara, Kirtzav is when you do with big teeth, a wooden comb, when you don't make chabura. The Gil Machlokas B'Davar. There's three different shitas. Rabbi Yehuda Savar, Davar Shem Eskav and Aser. He says if something happens unintentionally, it's still aser. If it's a small metal teeth, it's going to make chabura. Kirtzav Gadol, I mean, also chabura. Kirtzav is a big wooden comb. It doesn't make chabura. But lo gashin Kirtzav Atu Kirur. And they didn't want to go there. Say Kirtzav is aser because you might come to do Kirur. Rabbanan Savar, not make Rabbi Yehuda. They also like Rabbi Yehuda, Davar Shem Eskav is aser. Additionally, they held also have to be gozer kirtzuf, the wooden comb, because you might come to use the metal comb. He held like Rabbi Shimon, a third sheet of Damar. Since it's not definitely going to happen, even with a metal comb that you're going to make chabura, you're allowed to comb the hair of the animal. Ben Kira, Ben Kirtzuf, Shari. Both of them are motor. Amar Rava, Amar Rav Nachman, Amar Shmuel, Amri La, Amar Rav Nachman, the Chudei. Some say it was Nachman himself who said, as halacha ka Rabbi Shimon, Sharei Elazar ben Azariah model. The halacha follows Rabbi Shimon, Davar Shem Eskav, and it's mutter. Because we see Elazar ben Azariah, the Mishnah allowed even kirtzuf. Amalei Rav Nachman, Rav says Rav Nachman, V'leim Amar halacha Rabbi Yehuda. Sharei Cham model. Why you say assume the halacha is like Rabbi Shimon? Because Elazar ben Azariah, the Chamim held like Rabbi Yehuda in our Mishnah. The Chamim are the Rabbim, but Elazar ben Azariah is the Yachid. Amalei Anak Rabbi Shimon severely. He says, I really hold like Rabbi Shimon. I hold in Svara like Rabbi Shimon. I'm not coming based on the fact that because when Azariah passes like Rabbi Shimon, the left like Rabbi Shimon. I pass like him Svara. He has a good Svara. But it's Azariah modlo. Additionally, I have another proof that I'm right because there is another Tana who says like Rabbi Shimon, namely Elazar ben Azariah. We'll turn the page to Chav Gimel and base. The Mishnah talking about it was talking about before about grinding up peppers. So we'll talk about a little bit more about that. Harichaim shall pilpulin. You have a grinder of peppers, Tmeya Mishum Shlosh Kalim. I mean, there's three parts. When you disassemble this grinder of peppers, you come up with three parts, three Kalim. Mishum Clay Kibble. We're going to see one of the Kalim could be Matami because it's Makabel something. It's a Kli, which it's a receptacle which is able to have something inside of it. Mishum Kli Matekas. And also a flat Kli. Tummy because it's metal. A metal kelim could become tummy even shoot a clay matis. When we shum kli kvara, and also because it's a sieve. A sieve there goes there midrabanan because it resembles a cloth which also has small holes in it. Depends what your weave is. There's an article in Mishpacha magazine about the ubiquitousness of Charles T. Rich shirts. Nick Wheeler. Nick Charles Tewitt Wheeler from England, famous shirt that apparently most people wear in the Haredi world, whether you're in Lakewood, in Gateshead, or in Jerusalem. You're wearing Charles T. Rich shirts, and his famous shirt is the twill shirt. The twill is the diagonal pattern. An Oxford shirt type of shirt has like a box-like pattern. not a twill pattern. His famous for his twill pattern, his cutaway collar. Cutaway collar is not like this collar that goes down. It goes like that. It's cutaway collar. It looks more fancy, like a proper Englishman. Um, a lot of different things he has. Has the cutaway collar. He has no, that's basically what he's famous for. The cutaway collar and the twill shirt. Acts for it long lasting. You spill ketchup on it, you give it back to him. Apparently he'll take it back even if you smell it. You spilled Osem ketchup on it. Osem doesn't come out as easily as Heinz ketchup. That's why Heinz is better ketchup, because it comes out easier. The stains doesn't taste any better. It's funny that really there's no ketchup that's, Heinz is the most famous ketchup in the world, but it's not that much better than Osem. Osem is way too much sugar. That's the Israeli ketchup here. Israelis seem to like it. Oh, Heinz has a decent ketchup, but someone has to make a better ketchup, because Heinz just doesn't cut it right now. For me, at least. I'm hoping they'll have a better ketchup. Anyway, if you spill any type of ketchup, even Heinz or Osem ketchup, on your Charles Stewart shirt, I'll take it back. Even if it's with a big stain, you're not happy with it. The postage to get it to Jermyn Street in England will probably be a lot more than the shirt itself that you're getting back, so not worth it. You knew that also. So the Gemara says, Tana Tachtona Mishum Kliki, well, the bottom receptacle, the bottom of this grinder, where the end of the peppers, the good peppers remain, that's a clay kibble. That's Mishum Kibble, even though it's wooden. And Psayis Mishum Klik Vara. The middle one, which is a sieve-like, looks like a shirt, pattern of a shirt. There goes there, because a cloth can become tummy, it's not a clay kibble. Aliyona Daraban. Aliyona Mishum Klei Mateches, the top one, where you put the peppers in originally, so even though it's flat, but it's partially made out of wood and metal, but it's coated with metal. So metal kelim, even they're pshute kli, and they're straight, they're not a receptacle, they can become tameh because they're metal. The next Mishnah, Agala shal katan tmei medras, nitelas b'Shabbos. This is an interesting case. We're talking about an agala of a katan. Now, art scroll, the famous art scroll. Obviously, the Gemara was talking about things which are really relevant nowadays. They're talking about the stroller of a child. That's what they translate literally. Agala shal katan, the stroller of a child. Meaning, like my daughter, on her second birthday, we bought her a stroller, a little toy stroller, 150 shekel. It's actually pretty good condition. It could become tummy medras if my daughter had tuma. By her pushing on this stroller with her dolls inside, of course, it could make the tummy medras. Of course, this is very applicable. We have to know about this. No, agala shal katan is a regular stroller. Agala that you put a katan in, that you put a baby, not a doll in. Agala shal katan. I don't know why in the world, even the Gemara, it's even more logical what I'm saying and what Arshkel says. Anyway, it's tummy medras. When they tell us b'Shabbos, if a nida would push agala shal katan and make she's leaning on it, we'll say it's going to make it tummy. When they tell us b'Shabbos, and tummy medras means even if you're leaning on it, you have something being mafsik, something interposing between your hands and the actual stroller. You're not touching it because you lean on it. Your weight is on it. It's like you're on a mattress. Even if 10 mattresses between you, you're tummy medras. You're leaning on it. Tell us b'Shabbos. You can move a stroller on Shabbos. People don't know this. You can actually move your bugaboo stroller on Shabbos. It's not considered muksa makmas chisaron kis because it's so expensive, your bugaboo stroller. Bugaboo is a Dutch stroller, probably the most expensive stroller on the market. It's become very popular here in Israel, especially among Haredi people, where they afford a bugaboo stroller, which can cost around 4,000, 5,000 shekel. That's somewhere around $1,500. I don't know. Each new baby, they get a new bugaboo stroller. Where does this money come from? I have no idea. Agala shakatan tmei medras. Oh, they're in the Mishnah. Any nigrelas ella al gabi kalim. If you only push a stroller on kalim, whatever, on sheets or whatever, not on the ground, not on earth, you're going to make a charitz, you're going to make a hole in the ground, and it's a problem of bone error. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, kol kalim inigrarin, chutz min agalim neishi kobeshes. Rabbi Yehuda argues And he says any other kelim you can't move, but an agala you could push because it just presses down on the earth. Even the earth, it just presses down. It doesn't make a furrow. Whereas the agala shall call it medras, the baby carriage of your little daughter who has $600 in the carriage. It's tummy medras, the hasami chalabe. Now we're talking about a bugaboo stroller. She leans on it. The woman, she leans on the stroller when she walks. It helps you walk also. It's like a cane, a little bit, a stroller. When you tell us Shabbos, you can move it on Shabbos. Shum the Ika Torah's Kliyala, because it's a Kli. But in Nigreres El Agabi Kelim, Agabi Kelim and Agabi Karkala, you can't move it on earth. My time with the Kavid Chritz, it makes a furrow. Mani Rabbi Yehuda here, it must be Rabbi Yehuda, Damar Davish Miskav and Usr, because it's not for sure going to make a Chritz, but it might. So therefore, you intend to do it, it's still Usr. The Rabbi Shimon, Amar Davish Miskav and Mutter, he holds it's Mutter. That's not Rabbi Shimon, Omer Gora, the Mita Kisa Vasafsel. You can drag a chair or a bench or a bed, as long as you don't intend to make a furrow. So you're not responsible for it if it happens, because it's not a psikration. It's not definitely going to happen. Whereas it must be Rehuda Ema Seifa, but say the Seifa, Mr. Hudomir Ena Kol Nigraran B'Shabbos. So Osman Agala Mishikovesh, he allows an Agala to be moved on Shabbos because it presses the land, doesn't make a furrow, it just presses down. It's not considered digging up the land for binyan. And they should go veshus in. Aval chritz lo, it doesn't make a furrow, it just presses down. Aval chritz lo avda. The Maran says trei tanai v'aliba the Rabbi Yehuda. There's two opinions, two Tanaic opinions in the Shita of the Rabbi Yehuda. What does Rabbi Yehuda hold? Does Rabbi Yehuda hold you're allowed to push a stroller on earth? One opinion says no, that you can't do it because the wheel might get stuck. This is the article explains. The wheel might get stuck. And you'll make a furrow. Another one holds it's not shliach that the wheel's going to get stuck, so therefore it just presses down, and therefore it's not even a darash miskam, and that should be aser. I hope you all have a good sukkos. Hadron alach, Yom Tov. Yom Tov is over. Now it's time for Rosh Hashanah. I don't know where they got this order from, the Daf Yomi. They go from Yuma to Sukkah. They skip Rosh Hashanah. They go to Yuma, Sukkah, Beitzah, and then Rosh Hashanah after Beitzah. I always thought Rosh Hashanah was before Yom Kippur. I don't know. Daf Yomi, I don't know. The Shkolim got in there somehow. I don't know. We have to have a board meeting and sit down and try to figure out and understand what Daf Yomi order should really be. There should be a board of trustees upon this. A lot of people, philanthropists and Askonim should be in charge of this to make sure that Daf Yomi is run in the proper way and not run in a random order. You heard it here first. Have a good day.